people ask me what it took for me to get where I am mentally with the way that I look, and I have to tell them that it's been a roller coaster of a journey, because it has. I came to realise that everybody else's journey was completely different to mine, and then realised that every single person's journey has its own unique fingerprint. There's nothing that really ever stays the same within those journeys. There's similarities, but they're not the same. I'd say that I started questioning in high school what my sexuality was, gender identity. I'd say I knew from a young age that I wasn't straight, which is difficult for someone so young to realise, because then they have to grow up and realise there's people who don't accept that. There's people who don't accept love in its truest form. I never really questioned my gender identity. Fully. I knew I was more of a tomboy. That's what I'd get called, because I didn't wear skirts and I preferred to wear baggier clothes, which I don't see anything wrong with that. I never did. I'd say I didn't really question it through college either. I didn't really have time to think about it. In college, I put myself in not the greatest situations with people who I thought cared about me, which made me realise that I needed to have my own back. I needed to be my own number one. And with that, I knew I had to be my truest self. I had to be as true to me as I could be. So when I went into university, I vowed to never put up a facade with what I liked. I wouldn't hold back from saying things. I'd try and put myself out there as much as I physically could. First, I had to try and not care what other people thought, which is a lot more difficult than it sounds. Because, come on, everybody thinks, what do they think of me? Even if we say we don't. Though I do wonder how it does feel to fully not care. The next thing I'd say is you have to try and not be scared of yourself. You kind of have to stop looking in the mirror so much and saying, why is my nose so big? Why are my eyes shaped like that? Why are my cheeks so chubby? Or why don't I look like them? You have to experiment. You have to try things. Makeup, styles, aesthetics. I've gone through a lot of aesthetics and some of them I've loved, and then some of them I've really questioned. It's like eyebrows. My eyebrows have gone through a lot. They used to be really thick. And then I decided to shave the ends of them off. And I like them the way they are now. But it's all about figuring it out what you like yourself. The saying, dance like nobody's watching, comes to mind. It's like trying to figure out what your preferred drink is on a night out. Some people go for a cocktail, then realise that isn't for them. So they try spirits, lagers, bitter. When they do finally settle on one that they trust, someone else might come along and introduce a spirit that maybe you've not tried. And you find that you like it. People come and go. And they bring their positives and they bring their negatives. I've had a lot of people who have brought an even amount of both. My last relationship, when I started to openly speak about how I felt about my gender, it not long after ended. It made me feel as if I was wrong for opening up about it, which I'll let you in on a secret, it's not. It wasn't wrong that I'd opened up. Just some things run their natural course, I guess. It did make me feel kind of unlovable. He turned around and said, I can't support you through this massive change that you're going through. Massive change. It wasn't that huge. I just started using different pronouns. I don't regret that relationship. I don't. It brought its positives. I still drink Heineken, which they introduced me to. I still dance like nobody's watching, which they encouraged me to do. It's all about figuring yourself out. Hi. My name's Dom. My pronouns are she, her, they, them.